Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We all love our cats. They're furry, funny, and sometimes frustrating. Cats can be complex creatures, and it might feel like they're speaking a different language. But what if I told you that your cat trying to communicate with you, especially when it comes to trust? Today we're diving into 10 telltale signs that your feline friend might not fully trust you yet. By recognizing these signs, we can build a stronger, more trusting bond with our feline companions. So let's get right into it. Cats are masters of nonverbal communication. Every twitch of the tail, every flick of the ear, every posture tells a story. When it comes to trust, there are key things to look out for. A cat that doesn't trust you might hold their body stiffly, almost like they're bracing for impact. They might tuck their tail tightly against their body, trying to appear smaller and less threatening. You might notice their ears swiveling back and forth, constantly scanning their surroundings for potential danger. Their eyes will likely be wide, with pupils dilated, a clear sign of stress and anxiety. And then there's the classic Halloween cat pose, arched back, fur standing on end, hissing, spitting, growling. Remember, these are signs that your cat is feeling insecure and threatened. We've all been there. You come home, excited to see your furry buddy, but they're nowhere to be found. You search every nook and cranny, calling their name, only to find them tucked away in a hidden corner. Hiding can be a major sign of mistrust. It's not just a game of hide and seek, it's a cry for help. Cats are natural predators, but they're also prey animals. This dual nature makes them incredibly cautious and always on guard. They're always on the lookout for safe spaces, especially when they're feeling vulnerable. A cozy hiding spot can be their sanctuary. If your cat constantly disappears under the bed, behind the couch, or in the back of the closet, it could be because they don't see you as a source of safety and security. They might be seeking refuge from what they perceive as threats. Think about it. Would you feel comfortable and relaxed in a room full of strangers? Probably not. Your cat feels the same way when they're surrounded by unfamiliar faces or situations. Your cat feels the same way when they don't trust you. Building trust takes time and patience. If your cat is spending an excessive amount of time in hiding, especially when you're around, it's time to ask yourself, what can I do to make my cat feel safer? Consider creating a more predictable environment, offering treats, and spending quality time together to build that essential bond of trust. We all know cats can be picky eaters, but did you know that a refusal to eat, especially in your presence, can be a sign of deep-seated mistrust? In the wild, eating is a vulnerable time for cats. They need to feel safe and secure to let their guard down enough to eat. If your cat consistently walks away from their food bowl when you're around, it's a clear indication that they don't feel comfortable enough with you to lower their defenses. If your cat is suddenly off their food, consult with your veterinarian to rule out any underlying medical conditions. If medical reasons are ruled out, it's time to address the trust issue head-on. Chapter 4. Avoiding eye contact, the averted gaze of mistrust. We humans often associate eye contact with trust and connection, but in the feline world, direct, prolonged eye contact can be perceived as a threat. If your cat consistently avoids making eye contact with you, quickly looking away when you catch their gaze, it could be a sign they don't fully trust you. Imagine someone staring you down, refusing to break eye contact. It would probably make you feel pretty uncomfortable, right? That's exactly how your cat feels when they don't trust you enough to hold your gaze. Instead of forcing eye contact, try slow blinks or looking away first. This signals to your cat that you come in peace and that you're not a threat. Chapter 5. Aggressive behavior. The language of fear and anxiety. Nobody likes to be scratched, bitten, or swatted at. But before you label your cat as mean or aggressive, remember this. Aggression is often a cat's last resort, a desperate attempt to communicate fear, anxiety, and mistrust. If your cat is constantly hissing, growling, swatting, or biting, it's a clear sign that they don't feel safe or secure in their environment. They might be feeling threatened, overwhelmed, or even trapped. If your cat is displaying aggressive behavior, consult with a qualified veterinarian or a certified cat behaviorist to address the underlying issues. Punishment is never the answer. Instead, focus on creating a positive, predictable, and enriching environment for your cat. Chapter 6. Not wanting to be petted, misinterpreted affection. We all love a good cuddle session with our feline friends. There's something incredibly soothing about having a purring cat in your lap, feeling their warmth and soft fur. But what happens when your cat shrinks away every time you try to pet them? It can be confusing and even a little hurtful. It can be heartbreaking, right? You might start to wonder if your cat loves you at all. But it's important to understand that not wanting to be petted can be a major sign of mistrust. Your cat might be telling you that they need more time to feel safe. For many cats, being petted is a sign of affection, a way to bond. It's a mutual exchange of love and trust. But for a cat who doesn't fully trust you, being touched can feel invasive, overwhelming, and even threatening. They might feel cornered or anxious. They might associate touch with negative past experiences, or they might simply not be in the mood for physical contact. Each cat has its own unique personality and boundaries. Instead of reaching out and grabbing your cat, try offering your hand first. This small gesture can make a big difference. Let them sniff and rub against it on their own terms. This way, they can approach you when they feel comfortable and ready. Chapter 7. Reluctance to play, the joyless feline. Play is essential for a cat's physical and mental well-being. It's not just a frivolous activity, it's a crucial part of their daily routine. It's how they express their natural instincts, release pent-up energy, and bond with their humans. Through play, cats can simulate hunting, which is an innate behavior. So, when a cat shows a reluctance to play, it can be a red flag. This behavior might indicate underlying issues that need attention. A cat who doesn't trust you might show little to no interest in interactive toys, even their absolute favorites. This lack of interest can be puzzling and concerning. They might seem lethargic, withdrawn, and unengaged. These signs can often be mistaken for laziness, but they usually point to deeper emotional or physical issues. This is because play requires a certain level of vulnerability, a willingness to let go and have fun. A cat needs to feel safe and secure to engage in such activities. And for a cat who doesn't trust you, that vulnerability can feel dangerous. They might be on high alert, unable to relax enough to enjoy playtime. If you notice your cat is suddenly uninterested in playtime, especially if they used to be playful, it's important to take a step back and assess the situation. Look for any changes in their environment or routine that might be causing stress. Remember, a cat who trusts you will be eager to engage in playtime. Building that trust takes time, patience, and understanding, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Chapter 8. Vocalizations. The sounds of distrust. Cats are masters of vocal communication. From gentle chirps to ear-splitting yowls, they use a wide range of sounds to express themselves. A cat who doesn't trust you might greet you with hisses, growls, or even spits when you approach them. They might yowl excessively, especially at night, as a way of seeking reassurance or expressing anxiety. On the other hand, you might notice a decrease in their usual vocalizations. If your cat used to greet you with a friendly meow but now remains silent, it could be a sign that they're feeling withdrawn and insecure. By understanding their vocal cues, you can gain valuable insights into their emotional state. Chapter 9. Not grooming, neglecting their code of confidence. Cats are meticulous groomers. They take pride in their appearance and spend hours each day licking and grooming their fur. So, when a cat stops grooming, it can be a sign of a deeper issue. A cat who doesn't trust you might neglect their grooming routine, leading to a matted, greasy, or unkempt appearance. If you notice a sudden change in your cat's grooming habits, especially if it's accompanied by other signs of mistrust, consult with your veterinarian to rule out any underlying medical conditions. If they're feeling insecure or threatened, they might not feel safe enough to engage in this vulnerable activity. Chapter 10. Refusal to sleep near you, keeping a safe distance. There's nothing quite like waking up to find your furry little friend curled up beside you. But for some cat parents, this shared intimacy remains a distant dream. If your cat consistently chooses to sleep in another room, avoids sleeping on your bed, or even flinches when you try to get close to them while they're sleeping, it could be a sign that they don't fully trust you. Cats are most vulnerable when they're sleeping. If your cat is constantly choosing to sleep far away from you, it's because they don't see you as a source of safety and protection. If your cat used to enjoy cuddling up with you, but now avoids sleeping anywhere near you, it's worth exploring why. Outro. Building bridges of trust, one paw at a time. So there you have it. 10 signs your cat might not trust you. Building trust with a cat takes time, patience, and understanding. It's about respecting their boundaries, learning their language, and creating a safe, predictable, and enriching environment. If you recognize any of these signs in your own cat, don't despair. It's never too late to start building a stronger, more trusting bond with your furry companion. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more cat-tastic content, and share your own experiences in the comments below. Until next time, keep on loving those kitties.